You ever have those nights? The kind where you've done everything you were supposed to do? You checked the boxes, you worked the hours, you built the life, and yet you feel like a ghost in your own house. It's a specific kind of exhaustion. It's not the I need a nap kind of tired. It's the my soul is being used as fuel kind of tired. It's the feeling that the vibrancy of your life, the colors, the heat, the actual pulse of your existence is being drained out of you by a machine that doesn't know your name. We're told that if we just work harder, if we just hustle a little more, we'll get to the point where we can finally breathe. But what if the hustle is the very thing making it impossible to breathe? We've been sold a lullaby. It's a very sophisticated, very polished lie. They tell us that our dreams are safe if we just put them in safekeeping. They tell us to save them for later, to prioritize the now, to build a legacy. But here's the truth. Dreams aren't objects. You can't put them in a box. You can't put them in a drawer. When you safekeep a dream, you aren't protecting it. You're abandoning it. You're telling your inner self that the present environment is uninhabitable. You're telling your soul that it's not allowed to be seen until the perfect time comes. But the perfect time is a myth. And while you're waiting for it, your inner vitality is turning to ash. You're living as a silhouette of who you were supposed to be, moving through a world that feels like it's made of gray echoes. Think about how a photo fades. You know that old Kodachrome film? If you expose it too much, the colors start to bleach out, the reds turn to orange, the deep blues turn to gray, the vibrancy just evaporates. That's what happens to us when we live entirely for the performance. When we constantly measure our lives against external systems, when we demand that our passion be useful or connection be productive, we are exposing our soul to too much light. We are bleaching out the very things that make us human. We trade our wonder for progress. We trade our connection for networking. We trade our authenticity for a polished veneer. And then we wonder why we feel so empty. It's because we're looking at a gray photo of life that was supposed to be in full color. There's a heavy lie we're taught about legacy. We're told that building a career, accumulating a name, and leaving a trace is the ultimate way to be remembered. But that's just an industrial lie. It's a way to make us feel like we're doing something sacred while we're actually just being consumed. True legacy isn't a title on a building or a name on a plaque. Those are just echoes. True legacy is what happens when you refuse to let your soul be burned as fuel. It's what happens when you stop trying to be successful by the world's definition and start being real by your own. It's the courage to acknowledge the harsh truth that the system doesn't want your soul, it wants your productivity. It wants your endurance. It wants you to be a well-oiled part of the machine. So where does that leave us? Do we just sit here in the gray? Do we just wait for the storm to break? No. The storm is already here. The weariness you feel, that's the reality. The fading of the colors, that's the truth. The move isn't to run from the exhaustion. The move is to face it, to look at the ash and say, I see this. I see what has been taken. I see what I've been told was a lie. There's a profound, quiet power in acknowledging the reality of the struggle. When you stop pretending that the lullaby is true, the chains start to lose their grip. When you stop trying to retouch the photo and just look at the gray, you finally have the space to start finding the color again. We aren't here to talk about how to fix your life. We're here to talk about how to see it. Because once you see it, really see it, without the filters and the performance, you can start to live it. Not the version they sold you, not the version they told you to safekeep, but the real one. Life. Just live it.